you for joining me for today's tutorial. I have this beautiful card that is using the fancy floral suite in the new 2023 January to June mini catalog. And so here is the card, kind of a fancy card, and I have one product that I used on here that is not available, and that is the gold smooch spritz, but everything else is available, and I will have the everything linked below the video. And so if you are interested in purchasing any of these products from my Stampin' Up online store, then I would love to be your demonstrator. I am going to do this card from start to finish so you see how long it takes. It is kind of a process intensive kind of card, but I think that you'll enjoy the process, and I would hope that you would give it a try yourself. So one of the neat things about that fancy Flora pack of paper that comes with it, let me show that to you again. This designer series paper is it has multiple colors in it. So really versatile paper pack, and it has some really nice designs that kind of sort of coordinate with the flowers, but look lovely together. They're not a perfect match like some of our papers are, but then on the back you have more of a monotone look. Not every paper is monotone, but really artsy, and I love that about it. So we're going to start by doing our black pieces on here, and I need to cut a piece of black cardstock to 3.5 by 4 3/4. So 3.5 by 4 3/4. This is probably the hardest part of the whole card, is getting these measurements cut. And so now what we're going to do is cut at 1 3/4 down the center of it. So 1 3/4 right down the center, and then I'm going to stack these two pieces and cut at 2 inches. Okay, so now I have my 4 black pieces that will kind of imitate that shape of the cross. And of course you could make that if you wanted to make those a little wider so your cross isn't quite so thick, or make this one a little shorter. I just toyed with that idea and decided not to in the end. And then you're going to need a piece of designer series paper. And of course, you know, it doesn't have to be this particular designer series paper, any paper that you want to show through the cross shape. And I'm cutting that at 4 1/4, and I'll save that piece of paper for another card. And then by 5.5. So the sheets are 6 by 6. So you have a nice little strip that you can use for something else. 2 nice strips left over. And then this piece is going to get put directly onto the card base. So I have an 8.5 by 5.5. Oops, dropping my inks. 8.5 by 5.5 piece of thick white cardstock that I have folded in half. And so let me get that bone folder and give this a nice crease so that it lays a little more flat. There we go. I want this as my top. So I'll just put glue all the way around the edge. And then we are ready to get started on that gold leaf that is on the black paper. So I'll be applying the gold leaf with just this same glue. Isn't that beautiful? You could just add a greeting, maybe a flower and some rhinestones, and that is going to make a gorgeous card. But of course, we can't stop there, or I can't stop there, right? So let me grab my silicone mat to have a place to add my glue. My silicone mat is kind of dirty right now, but that's okay. All right, so get this out of the way. And I have this piece of paper that I was doing the gold leafing on, and then I think I want a brush also to help me with this process. And so I did kind of rough up the edges, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't know where my good scissors are. I don't think those are sharp enough, so I'm going to grab these. So I'm just taking the edge of the scissor and kind of roughing the edge up there, just because I kind of like that distressed look. And then I also had one idea that I didn't do on the original, and that is to emboss these pieces, but I think I need to emboss them after I put the gold leaf. We shall see. I don't think the gold leaf will come off in the embossing process, but I may have to wait a minute before I do that and let the glue dry. Okay, there we go. Now the reason why I'm using this glue instead of like the fine tip glue that will dry clear is because this will stay wet a little longer. So I'm just using my finger to kind of smush that along the edge for as wide as I want the glue or the gold to show up. And then come over here to my pot, and I'll just grab with my other finger that doesn't have glue on it. So I'm trying to keep this finger out of the glue, although I probably won't really do it. So just get that gold leaf all on top of there. And smushing it in the glue. And then I'll just pick this up and brush that off. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a really messy process. You kind of need to be in a crafty, messy kind of mood. Just going to press that in real good. All right, let's get these others done. I'll do one more on camera, and then I'll turn the camera off and do the others off camera, so you don't have to be tortured by watching me do all of this. All right. And I pick up a generous amount because I don't want to get glue on my clean finger. So at first I'm just gently pushing the gold around, and then I press a little more firmly to make sure that it's all stuck down. So when I come back with my brush, I'm not brushing into glue. You'll have to excuse the way I sound. I'm getting over a horrible head cold that I've had all over Christmas break, unfortunately. And a weird thing going on with my ear. Okay. Oops, I'm starting to flick gold everywhere. And that happens. All right. So I'm going to turn the camera off and finish this off camera. Okay, I'm back and I have all of my pieces now with the gold leaf applied, and what I'm doing now is laying this into the painted texture embossing folder to emboss these pieces. This was something I didn't do on the original that I thought would look really cool. So let's pull this over and see if I can remember how to do this one. So 1, and then my embossing folder, and then 4. Yeah. And let's take a look at how that looks. Oh, nice. Cut and emboss machine because I am going to use it to trim the flowers. Let's see if I can get that gold flake off of there. Big old hunk of it right there. That must have been on the back of the paper. Okay. So let's see. This is going to go on the front like that. And yes, I do think that that added something. I like it. Yeah. All right, so I can go ahead and place these. Actually, I'll just put them. So this is what it's going to look like. These are the parts you're going to see of the paper through there. And I chose a piece this time with a little more blue, and then I'm going to be changing the colors that I'm using as well. And so let's see. I'm going to start with the large one in Calypso Coral. And I need a piece of scrap paper because I don't want to do... Let's see, is this the biggest one? No. This is the biggest one. Oops, sorry. So I would want to do second generation stamping with the Calypso Coral. And then I think, oh yeah, I think on my original I used Petal Pink. And then I'll use Full Strength. And just to let you know, where you line this up is, I find the easiest is to look at the center, and you can see the little center in the top stamp. But this is meant to, sorry, the camera's kind of in my way. Can't really see what I'm doing. I should have pulled it a little more closer to me. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that one again because I got so way... Close and yet not. All right, that's the one I'm going to use anyway. And let's see, what was my other idea? I wanted to do, I think I will go ahead and grab the Petal Pink. So that's adding a color that I hadn't planned on, but I'm going to use this one right here. And then Calypso Coral. See if I can get that. Wow. I don't know. There's something about the shadows and the lights is making this super hard for me. I'm going to try again on that one too. Oops, that was not the color I wanted. All right, clean that off. So part of this will be gotten rid of when I edit. And then I wanted to do the center in Orchid Oasis. There we go. So I have soft succulent here, and I'm going to use the leaves. I'll just do 2 or 3 of those. I don't know if I'll use them, but again, any that I don't use I will save for later projects or for my juncture lane. And then I'm going to use the pool party for that other leaf. Soft sea foam would also look really good, but I wanted to bring more of the blue in this time. Okay, so let's get to the gluing. Lost my glue already. I stepped out for when I had to clean my mat up and clean my fingers off. I fixed myself a cup of coffee. I have been in the habit of putting pumpkin pie spice in my coffee, and it's delicious. And I use that whole earth sweetener that I get at Costco. It's really mild. I have most of my life drunk my coffee black or with just a little cream, and this year going for the whole shebang. Flavor and okay, here's the other piece. There it is. So, do you consider yourself tea or coffee? And are you one of those people who gets mad when people put stuff in their coffee? You're a purist, black only? All right, let's start layering these up. Let's see how we want to arrange everything. Oh yeah, I like that pool party leaf in there a lot. Let's see about another flower over here. Blue, another blue. Yep. I like it, I like it. All right, so let's start getting this put down. I think I will start from the edges and go with glue, and then I will use dimensionals for those top two flowers. Ooh, that was a lot of glue. Eek. Blue. I'm gonna go down as well. Alright, we got some dimensionals to go ahead and get. Make the flowers put down because I keep trying to move them. With my big fat fingers. And probably sticky fingers as well. I'll use a new one. I didn't put one of the used ones in there. What do you think? Of this one. I'll bring in the other one after I get done with the sticky part of this. And then you can compare. Tell me which one you like better. The one with the blue or the one that is stuck with the peachy colors. There's more leaves. And there, and another blue flower here. Nice. Okay. Leave that. I was thinking I would put some ribbon in there. Laying some ribbon underneath, but missed that opportunity. Okay, so here's the other one. And of course I haven't done my bling or my spritzing yet. Just need to clean up my space a little. So what do you think? Do you like the peachy one with the yellow flowers, or this Calypso coral flower with the blue? I don't know. I can't decide. I think they're both gorgeous. Okay, so let's get that spritzing done. I have a spritz box here. And this is Smooch Spritz that Stampin' Up used to sell. But I know that there's lots of distress sprays out there that you can get in gold. If there's a way I can do this with any of our current products, somebody let me know, but I don't think that there is. I can get, okay, that was a good heavy spritz. So I'm just going to turn it around the other way and do it again. There we go. All right, beautiful. That is gorgeous to me. Now, could you do it without the spruce, the gold spray? Absolutely. You could splatter Wink of Stella on there, but I really wanted the gold, so that's why I didn't do Wink of Stella. And then let me grab the iridescent rhinestones and my take your pick tool, and let's see if we can find a few places for these. Now the one thing that I'm not going to do on this one that I did on the previous one, and I will show you how I did it, is the flowers. On the flowers I added some sequins, And then I attached the sequins with this Pearlized Enamel Effects in white. So I just put that paint down in place and then squished the sequins right on top. And so I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial today. And I would love to know if you try any of these techniques, or try to duplicate this card in some way. If you do, I'd love to see your work, and if you would be so kind as to share that over on Rosie Scrapper Stampers, so I can ooh and ah over it and look at any thing that you decided to change and make it better. That is so fun. So this is a card that I made specifically for a sympathy card for a friend of mine who lost her husband over right before Christmas, just a couple days before Christmas. And he was a dear, dear friend. And so I wanted to make a very special card to send to her. And so I just hope that this blesses her heart. I'll be adding some scripture to the inside. And if you appreciated anything about this video, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, and be notified when so that you can know when I upload new videos. I am having to do most of my videos pre-recorded now because of my internet issues, but that may change in the near future and I'll start doing lives again. But until I am able to be with you again, I'd love for you to leave me a note. Let me know that you watched, and any questions you may have, I am pleased to answer for you. In the meantime, bye for now. Happy stamping.